All right, so on this episode of It Sounded Like a Good Idea at first, and then we're going to be removing hundreds of tadpoles from hundreds of guppies. I'm hoping hundreds, but look at here. Let me flip you. I'm going to flip you. Here's a scenario, right? You see these Christmas tree Santa Claus guppies right here? Well, as you can see, it's been infested with tadpoles. And while the tadpoles do clean the algae and do clean up extra food, they also provide or produce a larger bioload to the system, and eventually they will get bigger and hungrier, and if they don't have anything to eat, they will eat the fry. So I got to remove them from the scenario. So what I did is I lowered the water, and then I'm going to scoop everything out of here, put it right there, and then get to the process of separating individually each one, and you guys can see the hell that I have to go. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not.
Sorry, it's DJ.
So I got all the guppies out, right? I got all the guppies, all the tadpoles. There's some scuds that are in there, which I don't even care about the scuds, to be honest with you. Snails. And actually, this is kind of a good thing, because I'm going to go ahead and basically tear down the tank. But before I totally empty it out, I'm going to let the water settle to make sure I got all the guppies out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the guppies that I have right there. That's where everything's at in there. And I'm going to separate them by putting the guppies in there and the tadpoles in there. Because I got some fish that will enjoy a little tadpole lunch, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to just throw them. I'm going to keep the tadpoles because I'm going to feed them. They're going to die. They're going to die. Listen, a lot of you guys who've been following me are probably surprised at this whole guppy thing, but I did a video just recently explaining why I'm going with guppies to breed instead of angels. And there's a couple of reasons, and those reasons are other channels. YouTube is a mother, man. It'll get you to start doing stuff that you would normally do and watching other people influencing your brain and stuff. So during the course of this, I'm going to be giving shout outs to a couple channels that honestly I follow and I recommend, and they're kind of the reason why I'm doing this. All right, so here I got all the guppies, the snails, the tadpoles, even the scuds. They're all in this little, almost like 2.5 gallons. And I even have some guppy grass and a whole lot of the duckweed. It's all in this this murky thing. It's a little, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's difficult to get all these separate the tadpoles from the fry. The bigger fry obviously have color, they have, you know, size to them, so they're easy. I can see them easily. But the tadpoles and the fry, the smaller ones, they're hard to. I mean, there's no net small enough to just pinpoint one. The cool thing is that I could actually, here, I can show you on some of these other ones. The tadpoles are dumb and slow. So if you try and go for the fry, you're not gonna have a whole lot of luck. In this scene right here, I'm getting rid of some of the duckweed because that way I could have a little bit more light, because I couldn't really see in there. It was a little dark, and the fry are a little bit translucent, so it was really getting hard. So I had to take some of this duckweed out, and the problem is all the fish were trying to hide underneath the duckweed, so I had to slowly skim the top of it. But it worked. I got some sunlight in there.
You can get some.
Alrighty, this is me putting the fish and separating them. Here's a cool thing about what's going on here is that the tadpoles are dumb as a box of rocks. I mean, they're about as messed up as a soup sandwich. So when I put the net in the water, the fish who are smarter and faster know to swim out of the net. The dumb dodo tadpoles kind of stood in the net, so that it wasn't all that. A couple of tadpoles did slip out, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it was easy to catch one or two tadpoles here and there. So that's not a big thing. So let me give my first shout out. And these are people who kind of influenced me to do this. I got to go with the Hawaiian hobbyist. The Hawaiian hobbyist, I mean, as far as breeding guppies and the way they go about it, and I love everything. He's out of Hawaii, obviously. His setups are way different than mine. But, I mean, that's what works for him. I'm kind of new to this, so, I mean, maybe one day I'll get something similar to what he's doing. But for me, with what I have going on in my life, this is what's I feel works for me, this type of thing. He is also the one who inspired me to go with Santa Claus guppies. I saw his, and I was like, oh, those are gorgeous. I got to rock those. But I have a problem. My Santa Claus guppies don't quite look like his Santa Claus guppies. His are pretty uniformed as far as all his guppies and the coloration and all that goes. But mine, the one I have, they're not as uniform in coloration. I don't know if it's once they hit a certain age, they all match up colors. But I have variation in the patterning, which, in all honesty, I kind of like better. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's different. It lets you be able to pick out which guppy's which. But I don't know if that's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I would imagine it's not normal. I mean, I got albinos in there. I got guppies that have more red than others. I have some males, and these are all males I'm talking about, some males that have a whole slightly different variations of red, or maybe it has less red and more of the white. So it's really cool. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm really digging them. I kind of like the fact that my female guppies seem to have more color to their tails than his does. But like I said, his are pretty much uniform, so I'm thinking his are a stronger strain than mine, but I also like mine better. I don't know how that works out as far as people trying to buy them. I'll find out, I guess. But that's where we're at with this. I have Santa Claus guppies, but they're not 100% uniform. They all have the general patterning, but not a uniform pattern. So, check this out. Check this out right here. This is another way I was getting them out. So the fish, like I said, are smarter. So all I had to do was kind of lift up on the net a little bit, like I did. You just saw that a little while, and the fish would kind of hop out. And the tadpoles, being all dumpy, they just kind of just sat there. So, yeah, tadpoles, not the brightest light in the brightest bulb, brightest light, sharpest knife, colorful crayon. Y'all know they dumb. They just dumb. All right, so here's a look at the leftover. This is just a bunch of guppies and scuds and snails. All these are getting fed, so stick around to the end of the video for that. And what else we got? Okay, so this is what we got left. Not the hundreds that I was wanting, but I'm cool with it. Again, these all get fed. Let me talk about another influencer that has obviously influenced me, and that's Guppy Beast. Guppy Beast is, if you like my style of speaking and my mannerisms, now you're gonna love Guppy Beast. He's not like me, so it's not like he's Aquafunk number 2. He's got his own flow, but we're in the same arena. So I definitely suggest checking out Guppy Beast. A lot of cool guppies. He's doing his completely different. He goes, filterless. He's all plants as far as filtration goes. I'm not at that. I'm not trying to do that, but that's what he does. And it's a cool, different ways of going about stuff. I might take some aspects of what he does and incorporate it, but right now I'm cool with what I'm doing. These are my purple mosaics. I'm probably gonna take them males out and put them in with those albino topaz. And I might even take the males out of the Santa Claus, put them in there, and just have a second tank just for the females, the pregnant females. I call them pregnant. I don't say they've been hit. I have a friend of mine already sees everything, but so my last influencer is Michael from Michael's Fish Room. You all guys know him. I've been watching him for years. He has no problems telling you what's on his mind. He has no problems telling you what he's in this for. And obviously, I'm here to make a profit. He's all about telling you, you see little guppies, he sees little dollar signs, and I appreciate that about him. And yeah, I think a lot of the way I'm doing things have been influenced by him. He's been doing it for a minute, so shoot, who better else to learn from? So Michael from Michael's Fish Room, Guppy Beast, Hawaiian Hobbyist. I appreciate y'all, and I suggest all y'all go check them out and let them know Aquafunk sent you. So, all right, so it's all done. I put the females here, and I put the juveniles and fry in there, and I put the males in there. And I know a lot of you guys are waiting for, okay, let's get to this live feed, you bunch of evil bloodthirsty sons of Mitches. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. But a lot of you are probably also wondering, well, what am I gonna do in the future to stop that? And I went ahead and got the egg crates. I need to get more because I ran out. Yeah, so that'll stop the frogs from sticking their hind parts in there and doing the nasty up in my tanks.